I was just about to say good evening, but you know what? Normally I see Gene in the building, Avi in the building, sipping on his espresso. But here I am on our debut show, the Transfer Daily, the daily show on BNR. We're reaching out to new people across the globe, and the amount of messages that we've received over the last 6 months to a year. Why do you guys go live at 10:30? I have to put the kids to sleep. I've got an early start, all these excuses, because that's what I call them, excuses. But we're living up to our reputation, as Mr. Butters says. There goes my mouse memory battery. I think it's working. And he says born and late. We were about 3-4 minutes late today. I had to check a few things, but there's already about 120 people in. If you're enjoying lunch, if you're enjoying working, and we're on stream here, if you've got us on your phone and you're working on your laptop, then big up to you all, and smash a like on the way in. It's going to be a daily show, me and Gene, and maybe you might get a few guest appearances as well. We'll be making this as a daily show, looking at the breaking news and reaching out to all the people around the globe who watch us on a daily basis, catch up with the shows, but at least they get a chance to get involved in the live chat. So smash a like. Let's talk Kerkez. Let's talk Wirtz. Let's talk a few other players. And hopefully Liverpool, and I'm sure of it, Liverpool will be really, really busy come this summer. As soon as I was just about to go live, I've just seen some more breaking news. We'll go to Kerkez, but let's touch on Wirtz. And because there's been an update regarding him as well. I will learn I promise you, I'm not doing tomorrow's. Gene is on tomorrow. By Wednesday, I will learn how to share a screen with you guys, and we'll share people's tweets as well as they break live on the show. For Brits, no, the kicker has just. Let me just get that tweet. There we are. Wirtz. 3 clubs, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich, have submitted their concrete applications for Florian Wirtz. His parents, who act as his advisors, have discussed their options with the executives of all 3 clubs. Bayern Munich, and this is the important bit, people, Bayern Munich are not as clear favourites as reports suggest. And we've been talking about this for the last 2-3 days now, where if the pro-Bayern journalists are not really banging on the Bayern Munich narrative as we're really confident, he'll come, he's our players. If anything, it's pissed off a lot of people close to, I was just about to say Milos Kerkez, but who's next? Florian Wirtz. Zach says he's ours, Asim. I don't think he's ours just yet, but I am really, really, I won't say confident, but I'm really hopeful at the moment that Liverpool are really in the race. We wouldn't be meeting, and then you'll get a lot of cynics say, it's a PR thing, we're meeting and we're not going to sign him anyway. Why would Liverpool waste their time? It's an absolute massive summer. Trent has just left us, and we cannot be pissing around this summer. And to be fair to Liverpool and the hierarchy, is they mean business. And I think that's the theme around the last week or so, and the proof's in the pudding. Liverpool are more or less completed the signing of Jeremy Frimpong. They're in advanced talks regarding Milos Kerkez, and there's a bit on Milos Kerkez, so stick around because I've done a bit of digging over the last 24 hours around Milos Kerkez, and there's a bit of news to share in regards to him. Ash is always in the building. He's always in the building. He says Bayern Munich are trying to push the deal back to 2026 is a theory in Germany. I won't be surprised. We mentioned last night, so go check that show from last night. It was a banging show with Avi and me and Gene. That they've got a few contracts to sort out as well, and they cannot stump up this 150 million. Whether they're trying to put off Bayern Munich with the fee, whether they're just trying to make this narrative of he's our player, he's really big on relationships at Bayer Leverkusen, his dad doesn't want to be pissed around and be seen as the bad guys in the media. Whatever it is, these people are really respectable people and down to earth. And we were talking about last night again how you hardly see this guy do any interviews. And money matters, of course it does. But Liverpool have got money this summer, so strap yourselves this summer. I'm telling you, Liverpool mean business. At the moment they realize Trent is going, the plan of action was already, in motion. And hopefully, over the next week or so, you'll see Liverpool really accelerate on a few deals. Let's go to this. Let's go to the breaking news then. You guys all woke up on a Monday morning before Ashley Jean's in the building. 320 people in the house. Smash a like button. There's so many different names I'm already seeing. So you're clearly new to the channel. We've been around for about a year or two. The amount of times we get told we don't have enough subscribers, you don't shout out people enough in terms of bang a like, smash a like and subscribe. So please do all that good stuff, because be part of the journey, be in our journey this summer, because this is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, here we are. This is the first time I've seen this lad. He's probably annoying me on Twitter every single day. But Ravindra Ken Chapper, thank you so much for your super chat. And it's really nice to see you in a live chat for the first time. I'm running out of... I've not done this before, you see. My mouth's getting dry. Love from India. Big up to Asim, Avi, and Cheen. Big up to you, man. Get me Wirtz. I'll not complain for the next 2 seasons. I think there's a lot of fans like that, Rav. I'm willing to go and get Wirtz if it means we don't have a number 9 this year. I know the ideal situation is we go for a number 9. Will we go for Alvarez, which I don't think is going to happen. So sorry to dampen that mood, but we never know in football. Isak is a question mark regards to him. Does his groin and this suspected groin surgery that he requires this summer, does it put us off? There are so many question marks, but there's so many rumors. There's so many players that are on Liverpool's list that Liverpool have done their groundwork and done their homework on. And honestly, it's going to be an exciting summer. I can assure you that. Sarib's in the building. Go head over to his channel, smash a like and subscribe to his channel. Solo shows. Yes, Sarib, get used to it. Hamza is in the chat. Check the group, Asim. I've already said Wirtz may be just our false 9. We were talking about this yesterday. I'm happy. I think we'll get Wirtz to chip in with goals from that zone. We'll get Diaz playing there as well. We'll get Jota, who I think will stay at the club this summer. And I'm all up for that. So, yes, the ideal situation is to go get someone established, proven quality, someone like a Isak, someone like even a Kerkez. I know he's doing it in Portugal, but he's got a lot more, proven quality in terms of output and goals. And I think he's a goal machine. Whether you think it's a shite league, I get that argument, but he's a lot more further into his development compared to someone like Ekitike and Sesko. So whether Liverpool look at the Wirtz situation is he can give us number 10 shifts, he can give us false 9 shifts, because I think there will be plenty of natural rotations on the pitch and on paper as well. But I think Liverpool may be looking at the situation, go in and get this generational, which could turn out to be he's a brilliant talent who I think is one of the best number 10s in the world. But he could really be a generational talent, and it's a market opportunity Liverpool can't refuse this summer. And then let someone like Sesko and Ekitike develop next summer and then bring them in. You might have to pay 15-20 million extra, but at least there's less risk involved. Ash is in the building. Big up, Ash. Versatility. I like that. Might nick that as well, Ash. I might tweet that later on. Thank you very much for your support. Big up, man. Safe says Asim host Fabrizio. Safe. Watch this space. By the way, if you got any questions for me, let me know. I'm going to try. Big up to Andreas. He sent me a PowerPoint presentation. He's always sending me. If you don't follow him, Andreas, if you're in the building, there we are. I thought I lost my connection there. If you're in the building, Andres, put up your handle on Twitter. Let people find you wherever they need to do, and head over, because he's doing some brilliant threads, and he's always helping us out as well. So big up to Andres. I'm going to try to share you a link, and I won't be able to see if you guys can see it. So I'll just quickly go on YouTube, so I know you guys can see it. So once I put it on, people, you just let me know if you can see it, please. Can you see that, please? Can you just confirm in the chat if you can see that? Yes. Okay. And you can hear me, yeah? We can. Okay, brilliant. Zoom in a bit. How do I zoom in? We can see, yes. Can you hear me? Okay. Let's go to this PowerPoint presentation. It's actually the first time I'm looking at it as well, because he just literally sent it to me in the last. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, guys? Yes, we're back. Sorry about that. Jay says not very techy. This is what happens, isn't it? So let's go back. Let's go back to the there we are. View. This is what happens now, isn't it? So share screen. Bone and lip red. So you can hear me now, yeah? I promise you we'll get a lot more professional next show. Yes, we can. Okay, let's go to that. Ranks second for the overlaps. I read a couple of months ago that he was top, so he must have just dropped for the overlaps. But this is really, really good stuff where we want to see, and I think a lot of people are getting excited, including myself, about Milos Kerkez. We're going to be, winning 7-6 every game, and I don't think it's going to be that. We have to use the intensity and pace in the right way. And how many people, even in the Klopp days, and not so much in the slot days, because Robertson, as much as he's lacked the dual power and the dual quality when he comes up with against the real elite wingers, he's generally, in terms of structure, he stayed in those deeper areas. But the problem, one thing that I would say about Robertson is, if he does go, he struggles to get back in the same intensity. And this is the reason why he's bringing someone like Milos Kerkez, because if he stays and then goes, if we lose the ball, because it's happened and Liverpool don't want to get counter-attacked, you have to make sure you've got the recovery pace. And this is what Milos Kerkez does. And so let's sort of compare him to he says physically better version of a Robertson. And I think you have to understand is Robertson has done decently well in terms of structure, but he lacks the technical efficiency to play a pass him into midfield, and then obviously the intensity and the endurance to do it every 2-3 games. And I think that's important. We've sometimes seen Robbo have a week. I think that was a game against Aston Villa at home where you saw that intensity from Robertson. And but that's the problem. He can't do it every 7 to 10 days. Better acceleration, the running power. We've just discussed the distance that he covers as well, and the recovery pace that he has. And look at that heat map, and you will see Kerkez in terms of just natural position, rotations and fluidity. I mentioned yesterday he's one of the highest in the league, in the Premier League, for entries into the box, whether it's through a pass or just a natural cross. You have to be in those positions, and we saw it even bits with Arsenal as well, where Liverpool were maybe trying out a few things that we'll see over the course. 61% success rate in true tackles. He likes to tackle. That is the beauty every time I watch him. And you have to say he's handled Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah has obviously had relative success against every guy that he's come up against. Maybe recently Mendes has got the better at him, but against him, sorry. But with the likes of Ait Nouri and Kerkez, all these left backs in the Premier League who've come up against Mohamed Salah have had some relative success against him. And I think this is the beauty about Arne Slot. He knows we've just won the league. And next season, Liverpool, every Premier League club will be getting all their data on Arne Slot's system, Arne Slot's strengths and weaknesses. Because whenever you look at a new team in pre-season, we were a bit unknown, let's be honest, as to what we're going to find. We could have done, well, the teams could have done a bit of homework, whether it comes to his final teams, but they were going into a bit of an unknown as to what he's going to do. And maybe he was learning a bit on the job as well. Let's be honest, but the way he's adjusted it, kept things very, very similar as to the Jurgen Klopp style, and just made really slight little tweaks. And Mohamed Salah even mentioned it, that even in the someone says, I can't hear you. Are you trolling me, Sam? Can you hear me, guys? Hear you fine. If you heard Mohamed Salah speak in that, I think Gary Neville interview, it was last week, he mentioned, I've even realized a few teams have started doubling up on me. And what is the beauty of someone doing that is you have to make sure you take advantage in other areas. You create the overloads in the other areas as well. But let's go back to what Fabrizio Romano said, and then I'll touch on what I found out about Milos Kerkez in the morning. Romano's tweet. Romano. Let's go to that tweet. Gene, if you're in the building, if you can get Romano's tweet on the screen, even better. Angie, our very own brother, who's in the country, as you realized yesterday. Avi, if you want to come on for 5-10 minutes, feel free to come on. But let me just find Fabrizio Romano's tweet. Yes, understand, and this is the best Monday morning we've had in a while. Understand, Liverpool have contacted Bournemouth for Milos Kerkez deal, with talks now advancing. Liverpool are also completing the agreement on personal terms with Kerkez, keen on the move. If Milos Kerkez isn't keen on the move, I don't know who he is. This guy has been flirting with the Liverpool move for the last, 6 months to 12 months at least. And negotiations underway between clubs on transfer fee. Now, the transfer fee might be, I don't think it's going to be a sticking point. No chance. So don't worry about that. Liverpool, I think, and this is just a personal opinion, I think this deal is a lot more, or a little more, I think. Let's not get people really excited. I think is more advanced than what we're told. I think there was a definite feeling from Liverpool this season, or in the last month or two, where they didn't want to disrespect Bournemouth's chase for European football. And I can actually have that confirmed from the people I speak to. I want to share another message that I received this morning. Right here we are. As I did my digging, you can share this. I'm just reading a message. There might be some cynics saying you're chatting shit and all that sort of stuff, We're here to share what we get told. If you want to take that as news, then fine. If you want to take a rip and take the piss out of us, then fine. But I think we've proven in the past that we don't chat shit on this channel. Probably not a secret, but he's very close to Sobo. I think, as is self-explanatory there, he makes an obvious point. Spent his summer holidays at Sobo's house last year after the Euros. I know this definitely you can share on the show, but don't quote me. They speak in 3 different languages together: Hungarian, German, and English. Mostly just the latter 2. And he mentioned an interesting point. He said also Milos's manager at AZ Alkmaar was Slot's assistant at AZ Alkmaar, Pascal Janssen. And he goes on to tell me we wanted Milos Kerkez actually in 2023, where he made an impression on Liverpool in the game. When was it? He told me the UEFA Youth League versus Liverpool at AXA in the 2021 to 2022 season. And he said Liverpool, he caught Liverpool's eye, and the intensity was evident from day one. So it's interesting that he mentioned that Liverpool were looking at him at around 2023. He's mentioned that we wanted to replace Shimikas, but he went on to tell me that he actually wanted more minutes. And this is proven when he went and got that call from Paolo Maldini and went to AC Milan. He wasn't getting the time. I think Theo Hernandez was first choice, and he wanted more minutes, and he made that call. There are so many players that could have just sat on the AC Milan bench and taken their wages, but it tells me a lot about this players. And at the age of 21, he's still younger than Conor Bradley, I read earlier, and he tells me a lot about his mentality as a player. This guy, it doesn't just want to be at Liverpool, just doesn't want to be at these big European clubs just to sit on the bench. He wants to play football, and credit to him that he made that call to go to AZ Alkmaar, and then Liverpool wanted him, but I think we couldn't guarantee him the minutes, and he made that move to Bournemouth. And fair play to him, it's worked out. He's got Premier League minutes under his belt, and hopefully Liverpool will tie up this deal. He is going to cost, obviously, I think around 40 to 45 million pounds. But I think Liverpool have got a good relationship. Richard Hughes knows the club, knows the people, knows the player, and he will make sure Liverpool structure a deal where it just doesn't blow Liverpool out of the water. So yeah, the mentality is a big thing, and we've always talked about this dickhead test. Pardon my language if any kids are in the building. It's only 1:00 in the afternoon, but Liverpool do that test, and one of the reasons why I don't think we'll even go. And Gene mentioned Osimhen last night. There's a lot of talk about Osimhen creating a few problems. Whether that's proper news, I don't know. I don't know enough on the player, but you do hear stories, you do hear reports as well that we don't want, and rightly so, we don't want people just creating a bad atmosphere as well. Like and subscribe, people. Smash a like if you're new to the channel, and let us know if you've got any questions for me. These shows are going to be around about half an hour max, just discussing the news that's going to break. And you never know, we might be back as well because we've got a match today. Believe it or not, we're playing. The champions are playing. Question from Gene, our very own Gene. What's the maximum you'd pay for Milos Kerkez? Gene, we've discussed this at length. If you're going to get a player from Premier League, there's already there 10-15 million tax. Easy, Romano. So if we're looking at this player, and if you look at Milos Kerkez, whether it's the eye test, whether it's the stats telling you, he's only 21. There is a lot of development that Milos Kerkez needs to go. And you have to make sure that, you give him the time as well. And don't be surprised. We saw it even with Jurgen Klopp, introducing a Fabinho for 6 months. I think Robertson came as well. Didn't get first 11 minutes straight away. Whether Slot wants to get these deals on really early, wants to really integrate Milos Kerkez and Jerry Frimpong straight away, I think you'll get that. But Sarib says he's got 10 years at Liverpool. He's younger than what Robbo signed for us, and he's given us 8 years. Yeah, 100%. So I don't mind, or I don't want Liverpool walking away from deals if they don't have to pay an extra 5-10 million pound. I think the fans will be absolutely angry, and rightly so as well. But Gene, even if Kerkez goes up to 50 million, and I think there will be some appearance bonuses, clauses, and add-ons and stuff like that. But even if it goes up to 50 million, you have to see it and step back and say, we've got Frimpong at 35 million. So for 80 to 85 million, we've got Kerkez and Frimpong. That's a bargain in today's market. Bargain. James says Bournemouth want 45 million. If they want 45 million, give it, mate. We don't want to miss out on deals for 5-10 million pounds. It's not going to happen. And I think Liverpool have got the money to spend. And if it means going to 120 million, 130 million pounds for Florian Wirtz this summer, I think Liverpool can do it. You have to remember, just 12 months ago, we hardly spent. We did not spend a penny. Well, 10 million in the grand scheme of things is a penny in football these days. And we did the deal with the Valencia keeper. I'm not going to mention or try to pronounce his name. I haven't got it right for the last 6 months. Selection says 50 million is a reach. 45 million. Selection, if you were Richard Hughes, would you walk away if they ask you for 50 million? And who do you go for then? Tell me. Who actually is a player who's got the running power, who's got the experience of the Premier League, 2 seasons in this league, than Milos Kerkez? Tell me. We cannot walk away from deals. We've done it in the past. We cannot miss. KLN Sleepy says, facts, Asim. Yes, I would. Okay, tell me who you'd get. Tell me. Miguel Gutierrez, has he got the intensity of Milos Kerkez? I don't think so. Is he technically better and a better footballer? Is he more a wing back? Yes. Has he got the experience of Premier League? No. Will he be cheaper? Yes. But, in the nerds and the laptops will tell you that you will have to pay 10-15 million pounds. Angie! Nathaniel Brown. Abby, how much would he cost? Tell me. Ali, you say Heto ho gaya. Don't rule out Heto. I know we're bringing in Kerkez for the left back position. Do not rule out Heto for the left centre back position, because we missed out on Huijsen. We missed out on Euro last season. Liverpool will have a short list of players for the right-sided defence and the left-sided defence, and I think he could fit in. We never know the attitude of Robbo. What if Robbo goes to Arne Slot and says he sees Milos Kerkez come through the building? He's the Scottish captain. Is he 30, 31 now? Is he happy to sit on the bench? We don't know this. This is the first time that Robbo has seen proper competition, that where he thinks, oh no, I'm not first choice anymore. If your club, selection says 50 million is a stretch. Well, let's say, for argument's sake, 50 million we go spend on Kerkez. Robertson is thinking he's first choice. 100%. He might give him a kick up with the arse, but realistically, how much can he improve? In terms of fitness, it's not going to happen. In terms of endurance, it's not going to happen. In terms of running power, it's not going to happen. All those things that made Robertson great, they're not there at the moment. But he might just be happy with the role, a supporting act role, a James Milner type of role for the next 2-3 years. I don't know. But does he want extra minutes? I don't know. It'd be an interesting conversation between the manager and the player. Noor asks, Asim, do you think Frimpong will be announced today or this week? I don't think Liverpool will announce it. And this is just opinion, Noor, on match day. I can't remember the last time Liverpool announced something. But apparently he's doing a lot of New Balance stuff. Liverpool might put out a communication in the next day or two that a fee and everything has been agreed. and the player could be will be an official Liverpool player come July 1st. You might get something like that this week, but I don't think it's going to happen on match day. Adamin is in the chat doing my job for once. 550 in the chat, 185 likes. Come on, people, get liking and get subscribing. I'm just going to run through a few chats and then I can go back to work. There was one about where is it? Bob says, Victor Osimhen, welcome to Liverpool. I think you're having us on. Hato and Kerkez, this is what I was saying, Hassan. I think, that is a real possibility. Don't rule out Jarell Hato. Anything on Adam Water, Mr. Batters says, Mr. Batred. Anything on Adam Wharton? Look, we said we did a bit of digging yesterday. All we get told is Liverpool really like the player. There is a feeling that the player and the family want to move back up north. That is obviously encouraging, but the downside, and maybe similar to the Florian Wirtz, is City are sniffing as well. But we mentioned last night, if you're Adam Wharton and you're thinking, how do I make my way into a Manchester City side that's got Rodri in the midfield, how am I going to make my way into that side? Because I don't think Rodri and Adam Wharton work. Rodri obviously is the complete package, but they're both tempo setters, and I don't think you need two tempo setters in the team. You need one more, someone like a McAllister who can go in. Zach says Angelo. Is it Angelo Anglo? But I'm calling him still Zach. Is it a priority? I think Liverpool are definitely looking that area. If we're going to bring in a Frimpong and Kerkez, don't worry about Arne Slot not coming up with a plan. He has got this sussed. I'm telling you this now. Even if, look, the worst case scenario, I want a natural six, a natural tempo setter to come in. I want that. But for argument's sake, worst case scenario, we don't bring someone in. I think we'll see natural positional fluidity to make it work. And look out for some hints that we might see over the next couple of games against Brighton and Palace. And this is one of the reasons why he wants to bring these players in really early, is he gets time. One of the most frustrating part last season was he didn't get enough time. I think he got about 11 days or 10 days with the core senior players last season in pre-season. And obviously he didn't show, but if you're going to change a few things and try a few things out, it is going to happen. And he needs time on it. Where is Bajitic? He's an interesting profile, Jazzy. Bajitic will be the end of next season with more minutes. He's an interesting profile, an intriguing profile. Whenever I watch him play, especially for Liverpool, there was so much box-to-box traits with Stefan. And I think he got about a couple of games, whether it was a competitive game, I can't remember. He got some minutes at Anfield. And whenever he was in midfield and he played in the six for about 20, 30 minutes, I'll try to dig out the game, but he was definitely there because I was behind the bench and watching Arne Slot's facial expressions and natural body language. And I think he got a bit frustrated as how eager Bajitic was from that position. And it was early days. And maybe in pre-season, and because he obviously saw him on a daily basis, and they thought, you know what, this guy's too raw for that position. And it was around the time where they had to make a decision on Gravenberch as well. Gravenberch got minutes in America as well. And he's talked about it throughout the season where he thinks McAllister, he can beat a press through a pass. He can't do it through a dribble. Gravenberch is the opposite. He can't beat a press through a pass, but he can do it through a dribble. Bajitic, can he be that Adam Wharton profile or the Stiller profile? Zach, I'm not so sure. I think he needs coaching, but hopefully he's instilled a bit of position, discipline at his time in Spain, not space. It feels like he's into space at times as well. Who would your personal choice be at centre-back? You got your eye on anyone? Ash, I'm not over Dean Huijsen at the moment. I was checking him out a lot. I was waxing lyrical about how comfortable he's at left centre-back. And right centre back, how comfortable he is with his both feet. He plays his. It would have really taken a lot of burden off. One, Trent leaving. Two, Van Dijk, because a lot of people, especially the latter stage of the season, were man marking Gravenberch, and Gravenberch had to go to different areas of the pitch to receive a pass. So and then we will always go through central progression, generally speaking, and then create space for our wingers and now attacking fullbacks. So let's see what happens. Centre back at the moment, I can't tell you. Brathwaite is another one that we like, but it might be a deal that we really can't do. Some Trent news exclusive. Trent is set to be part of the Liverpool. We're not talking about Trent today. I don't want to talk about Trent today. I want to talk about transfers. One more super chat I think I missed from Farouk. Big up, Farouk. Thank you very much for sending this in. He says, big up, BNR. Finally can watch the content live. Asim, thoughts on a different formation with the attacking fullbacks, conductor in the six. We've just touched on this, Farouk. But I think you'll see there is so many different ways, Farouk, to create that natural 3 and the natural 2 in midfield, that base. We were talking about how Slot might be inspired after watching the fullbacks, and people sometimes get lost with the attacking fullbacks. They're not going to be all the time gung-ho. When the situation warrants, they will be. But when the situation, it sort of, requires variation, that is the beauty of Slot. Again, I refer back to the Salah interview where he was talking about one thing. He says he, on a daily basis, on a game-to-game basis, he tweaks things. So the opposition are always, guessing as to what sort of Liverpool they may face. And that is the beauty of Arne Slot. Little tweaks depending on the opposition. And you have to do that. You can't just go and put your eggs in one basket and say, we're Liverpool, we're the champions, we're going to play like this. If you can beat us, beat us. It's not going to happen like that. This league is too good for that. And people and teams up and down the country just do too much research and you can incur problems. So Liverpool have to do something new. So just to summarize with that is, you'll see a lot of variation, whether it's McAllister coming and splitting the left centre back and the left back and allowing Kerkez to bomb on if he requires at times for the six to come and split the centre backs to provide the base. And sometimes where teams are defending in let's say a 4-5-1, you don't need the 3, so you'll naturally see the fullbacks bomb on, and you only need 2 on the halfway line in Ibu and Van Dijk. So there'll be plenty of variation, plenty of fluidity, and it'll be interesting to see how we go about it. I think that's the wrap, people. There's still 494 in the building, but we've been going for 38 minutes. So thank you very much for joining us for our debut Transfer Daily show. I got lucky today. We got some breaking news. But thank you very much for tuning in. Smash a like and subscribe to the channel. You'll catch Gene. I think he's got a special guest tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And we shall see you tonight for the post-match reaction. And we might even go live before the Brighton. If there's any team news, hint, that we might have, I might come on and give you a bit of team news for the second to last time this season. Big up and thank you very much for watching. We catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.